This is the Canadian Lawyer magazine article of March 2009, and you will see on, it looks like your left, I suppose, this is Richard Warman, and on the right is me, Doug Christie. And I just want to make a comment about this article. I think it's an interesting article that's useful to consider in relation to the controversy about free speech that's going on in Canada. As you may know, the Human Rights Act, Section 13(1), makes it illegal to make a statement that exposes anyone to hatred, contempt, or ridicule on the basis of race, religion, ethnic origin, etc., even if the statement were true. And I think if I could summarize the argument of Mr. Warman, it would be something like this, that words can lead to actions, and those actions can be horrible. Well, my response is very simply this, that words normally lead to arguments, and arguments can be educational. In fact, without arguments, and without words leading to arguments, the suppression of words is more likely to lead to violence. That's been a history in most parts of the world. There is indeed difference of opinion on a wide variety of subjects, and on all those differences, it's inherently necessary that the different points of view be expressed, so that they can be addressed, answered, corrected, rebutted, refuted, and placed in the correct context in the minds of reasonable people. If, on the other hand, you don't believe that people are inherently capable of reason, then of course it's necessary to silence not only one side of an argument, but all arguments, every argument, because any argument could lead to violence. And obviously, if violence occurs, there are laws to deal with and correct violence and to suppress violence, in fact, because our criminal code was designed to do that. But when we invoke the criminal law to silence opinions and ideas, as sometimes the arguments of Mr. Warman would imply, we create a situation where, in the absence of the opportunity to express sometimes controversial, maybe even violent opinions, the suppression of those violent opinions results in violent action. And I think the answer to the danger of violence is more speech, not less speech, argument, and not suppression. So that's an interesting article I'd suggest you take a look at. If you can get it in your library or get it from the Canadian Lawyer magazine, read it and think about it, and advise your Member of Parliament, in this case Keith Martin, who's opposing Section 13(1) of the Canadian Human Rights Act, that you support the maintenance of free speech and the elimination of these bad laws. That's another good reason, of course, why in Canada we have to free the West.